Hi there, this is Cynthia Heathcoe.
And Nicole Reimer.
And we're from the Women's Chamber of Commerce in Palm Beach County.
And you are watching Women Mean Business.
And this is where you'll discover about us, our members, and the footprint that we're leaving on our community.
So stay tuned every week on Thursday on our Facebook page as we're coming to you live.
1 o'clock. We'll see you then.
Bye. Hey everyone, we have a very special edition of Women Mean Business today. I usually have a partner in crime that is on my side, but we're going to flip the tables a little. So my guest today is Cynthia Heathcoe of Contemporary Living, where we film, where we do Make Your Life Happen. My friend, my partner here at the Chamber. I'm flipping the tables on you today. Are you a little nervous?
Yeah, this is if you saw the outtakes of this, the answer would be yes.
Just wait till the end of season 1 and you'll get to see all the outtakes because we have tons of them.
Yes.
It's perfect. So welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
This is exciting. It really is.
Yeah.
The Women Mean Business series is very important to the Chamber and our members.
Yep.
And I'm honored to be able to participate and be interviewed by you.
Yes.
I know. She's been trying to get me on the Power Hub for so long.
Yeah. So this is the only way I could interview her.
This is the baby steps towards it.
Okay, I got you. That's okay though. So you're guest number 3 on season 1.
Yes.
And we're changing up the set a little bit because we actually film Women Mean Business in Contemporary Living, which is your showroom.
Yeah.
Downtown Lake Park Arts District. So we're going to give you a little different angle today because it's a special day, right?
Yeah, so you get to see some of the things that we offer here and the great art from the local artist behind me. That's from Henriette Henri Michel, one of my favorites.
Yes.
So it's part of what I do here is to be able to showcase them. So I'm glad that we are able to feature that a little bit.
We love local artists here, so we're really excited. Yeah. So first of all, how long have you been at the Chamber and how long have you been on the board?
Wow, I'm in my 4th year with the Chamber and I'm on my 3rd year with the board.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're the networking chair.
I am the networking chair.
So I answer to you.
and actually, I will say it's more of it's a title, but the networking team as a whole is absolutely amazing, and so many people come together to make everything happen.
We have some really awesome events and
yeah,
functions that we've been able to put together. So that's really, it's fun.
It's fun, but without the crew and the individuals doing their part, we wouldn't even have a networking committee.
Absolutely.
So it's definitely a collaboration of everyone.
Well, I have fun with you. So there.
I know, this is fun.
So you have a very unique story.
It is unique. I'm not the only one who's ever experienced what I've experienced. So it is unique in the sense that not a lot of people have been able to survive and excel to certain levels as a result of things that they've been through.
Right. And I mean, I know your story.
Yes.
And this December, right around the corner, is a huge milestone for you.
Yeah.
So what is that milestone?
December 22nd marks the 20-year anniversary of the day that I arrived at the doorsteps of the Lord's Place. It was the family campus of their homeless shelter. My youngest son was 4 weeks old, and my other children had been farmed out with families and friends, some local and some in other states.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a tough time for me. It was a very humbling experience in my life, but it was something that I knew that if I wanted to even have a life,
right,
I had to make a decision, and I had to make the decision to go backwards and to escape a situation that was very unhealthy for me.
So fast forward 20 years later.
I know.
And the reason I bring up the story because it's unique, and yes, other people have gone through difficult times, but where you have landed firmly. And you've done a lot. Like, yes, you have Contemporary Living, and we love her showroom. I mean, I film here. I'm here a lot. Yeah. You recently had a really big move, which we'll talk about. But you do so many things. I mean, how did you come from that experience to being a CEO of a big company? you know, you're on, you're a board of directors on the Home Furnishings Association. When I met you, so the funny story is I met Cynthia, she actually won an award the day that I met you.
The day
You
that we
won,
met.
we're both SCORE clients, but you won the Entrepreneur of the Year in 2016.
Yes, that was amazing. That really was.
Yeah.
And if 20 years ago, when I was going through my struggle and had to make that decision to change my life,
Yeah.
or my life would not exist today.
Wow.
I firmly believe that. If something did not change, I would not be here. And if anyone would have said to me, oh, by the way, in 20 years you're going to do this, this, and this, I'd have looked at them like they had three heads.
Right.
All I was worried about was being able to have a roof over my head and enough money in the bank in order to feed my children. And fast forward, I now serve on the board of directors for the Lord's Place.
Well, talk about full circle.
Yeah, I still have the voicemail.
Really?
I still have the voicemail that that was left by Diana Stanley when she left me the message and said that there was an opening on the board and my name had been submitted.
Wow.
By a local artist from Palm Beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I did not know
Ellen
that.
Lyman from the Lyman Gallery.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just, and she became aware of me because of where I exhibit the local artists. So it was just amazing, me giving back to the community. It then in turn, someone from the community then recommended me for that opportunity. And I remember getting the voicemail, I remember sitting at my desk, and I just started to weep. And I sobbed, and it was just tears of, wow. I was very humbled, I was very grateful,
Right.
and I was petrified. I'm like, oh, they don't want me, because at that point, I just started to share my story.
Okay.
That January of 2016, the story and the article had come out in the Retailer Now magazine.
Okay.
And I started to share my journey publicly, almost by accident. The article that I agreed to do the interview with for the Home Furnishings Association was supposed to be about a mom and pop retailer in Palm Beach County. And when Robert Bell sat with me, and I love to talk, so the conversation steered, and I went there, and he goes, oh, no, wait, talk to me more about that. And I didn't know that was going to be the subject matter of the story until it was ready to go to print. He sent me a copy of it and said, this is what we're running with.
How did you feel about that? Were you scared? I mean, being the first time, now you're a business owner.
I was comfortable because he did such a beautiful job in telling the story
Okay.
with dignity, and where I was not ashamed. I actually read the article, and I'm like, I felt inspired.
Oh, wow.
I felt motivated, but it was a wonderful reminder to me of how far I'd come, because I was really at a point in my business career where I wasn't in a good place mentally. I had a beautiful business. I was at a gorgeous location, downtown at the Gardens. My client base was strong, but I was still unhappy. And I remember there were days I would sit in my showroom and I really thought, I really felt depressed. And I recall I had certain thoughts in my head, and I was like, there's still no joy.
How many business owners, I think, go through that? You obviously on a much bigger scale, just because of what you had dealt with, and then the story coming out. But being a business owner is already hard enough.
Right, but the article was then I was able to share that story, but through sharing that story, I was able to then join the board for the Lord's Place, but I was also able to share my story with others. And in doing that, I discovered my purpose.
Wow, that's profound.
Now, my purpose is not to own a furniture store. My purpose is to impact, empower, and change lives. That's my
Right.
purpose.
Right. And that's the thing, because you do so many things.
I do a few.
I mean, let's talk about it. So, owner and chief decision maker, as I like to call you, of Contemporary Living,
Yes.
and you're a speaker.
I do. I am a speaker. I am a board member for Home Furnishings Association. I am a board member for the Women's Chamber of Commerce. I am a radio show host. I am a philanthropist, and I am a woman and who has struggles just like any other woman. It's just, I have a lot of other stuff under that.
Right. But you still seem to always land on your feet.
Oh yeah, I'm like a cat with 9 lives.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There isn't, and you know, that period in time when I wound up at the Lord's place, that wasn't the first time that I was without a place to live.
Wow.
There was a time when, before I even was pregnant with the triplets, I lived in a U-Haul.
Wow.
For about 2 months. And, yeah, I did. I lived, all of my belongings were in the back of the U-Haul, and drove that around and parked it and slept.
Wow.
And until, you know, they finally found me and said, you gotta take the U-Haul back, and all of my items were dumped in an empty field.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. See, when you sit down and you actually talk to leaders and
You
even
didn't know
friends, I know a lot about her. I actually did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was not the first time, but it was, I don't think at that point it was a game changer for me just yet, in realizing how unhealthy the relationship I was in. I didn't see it. It took more. It took a few more years. It took about another 3, maybe 4 years before I really realized that I have to exit this relationship.
Wow. And to end up here. We're doing an interview
I-
with the
I'm-
Women's Chamber.
Yeah.
We do a radio show together. We do this together. You're out speaking everywhere and helping a lot of people. And I think definitely this story interview will absolutely, I think, help a lot of people. I
Thank you.
did not know that.
Well,
So-
that's my purpose.
Well, there you go. And I think
That's it.
what people, and I want your opinion on this. I think when people look at other business leaders and stuff, that they think they're just in business, that they don't have, I'm just here to do the business, and that's all I'm supposed to do, and I have to work on the business all the time. That's not how you feel, for
No,
sure.
it's not. In the beginning, that's what I thought I had to do. I was
Right.
like 24/7 business, 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 but I ended up in a spot where I really thought of suicide. I was
Wow.
that unhappy within my business because I had no purpose. I had no passion. Making sales and designing beautiful homes for clients was fulfilling and rewarding financially, but spiritually, there was no joy there.
Wow.
And it wasn't until I started to share my story and to see the impact and the positive influence that I can make on others that I really started to embrace and really find the joy in my life.
Wow. That's full circle. I mean, a lot of people,
Yeah.
and that's the whole point of why we want to do this, is why we want to talk to
Yes.
people. We want to put a face to the businesses that you go to. And our chamber is pretty dynamic, as you can see with Cynthia today. Wow, I don't know where to go from that.
don't know where
That's
to go from
pretty.
that.
So you do a lot of stuff, though. I mean, how do you manage? That's another thing, because it's great to talk about purpose and stuff like that, but we're all normal people who have lives and families. How do you manage now owning this amazing showroom? You just moved from downtown at the Gardens to
Yes.
Lake Park Arts District.
Love it here, by the way.
Phenomenal place. We do a lot here. She's got an amazing showroom. But then managing the business, and we have radio show, and we have you're speaking, and people are asking you to kind of be here. Can you talk here? I mean, it's hard to manage that. How do you manage it?
As best I can.
Yeah.
I just, as one day at a time. There are times when it does feel overwhelming,
Right.
and there are times when I have to get out of my own way, because in my head I'm like, well, you don't belong here. You shouldn't be doing this. And one of the key things that I've done these past few years is I've surrounded myself with an amazing support system of friends such as yourself and 𝑾𝒐𝒏, and I have some other friends who aren't necessarily with the chamber, but they are there for me to lean on. And that to me is the big key. That's the difference that I've noticed in my life in the last few years, is I have people that I can lean on, but I'm surrounding myself with like-minded successful women. I'm not surrounding myself around negative ninnies. And that has been key, because these are individuals that want to see me succeed.
Right.
And they're going to
Right.
be there. They're going to have my
Right.
back.
Wow. So that's really amazing. So putting yourself in more positive situations
Oh,
has
definitely.
helped you in business, not
Right.
just a personal
Right.
thing as well.
Yeah, it's definitely helped me in business. It's helped me manage things a little bit more proactively. And don't get me wrong, there are days it gets overwhelming.
Sure, I mean, that's
there are
just
days
normal.
it's like, what am I doing this for? And there's days I'm just like on cloud 19. It's like you can't get any higher
Right.
than that because of the joy and because of the change that you made in someone's home. You know, I have clients who'll come in. I'll have women that they've lost their husband and it's been 2 years. They're like, now I'm ready to change the house. And I help them with that process, with the exiting of the old things and bringing in the new stuff. Or I have women who are, or even men who are newly divorced.
Wow.
And to help them with that journey and be a
Right.
part of that has been amazing.
And it is their journey that you're a part of, which is
almost
huge.
definitely, because you're home. I mean,
It's your sanctuary.
It is, and having been homeless, and I fully grasp and understand the power of having the home be a reflection of who you are, and it's your safe place.
Wow. I've literally been in here when people have come in just to see how you're doing, say hello. Literally, they've traveled to she's not far, she's only 10 minutes from her old location, but they've literally just come to check on you. And I really feel that that's a testament to a business owner when they care about you.
Yeah.
Because they know that you cared about them enough during that whole process that you helped them.
Someone once asked me to define success, and to me, I felt success the most in situations like that, where clients would just stop in. I don't need anything, but I'm here. My kids are visiting. I wanted them to introduce them to you. I want them to meet you. This is the place they got their home furnishings, and they just wanted their family and friends to meet me.
Right.
And they weren't going to buy anything, but that didn't matter. The fact that they thought enough about me and about their experience with me and the way that I made them feel at the end of everything, that to me was
That's
how I measured
success.
success.
I think that really is
Yes,
success.
it's
Just
not how
a
much money you have in the
personal,
bank.
no, it's
No.
personal, but it's also a testament to how you run your business because you're very client-centric. It's all really about them and taking care of them and making sure
Yeah.
they have the best experience possible. I
Yeah.
think that's a true leader, though, too.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say yes. I know. I have a hard time seeing myself as a leader.
does.
Because I'm no different than anyone else. I'm no different. I put my pants on one leg at a time. Same
Okay.
just as anybody else.
What is you've had a lot of changes this year.
Yes, this
I mean,
this
within the
week marks
past
the
year
big
is
anniversary.
very, very big. And we talked about what, in a few months, what December means and how that's a huge milestone.
Right.
And to look back at that and to have all this.
Yeah.
First of all, what do you love about the Lake Park Arts District and how? Because it's a big change, but it's not because it's not that far away. But like, what's the joy when you roll up here every day?
The sense of community, the sense of knowing that I'm part of a culture that really is about the community and making a difference right here in Lake Park.
Right.
And to the artists that not only exhibit here, but at Brewhouse Gallery and at Kelsey Theater, and the musicians that come and play there,
Right.
and the restaurant down at the other end, the Brick and Barrel, and just to be part of all of that, and this whole resurgence, revitalization of this area, to be a part of that, to me, is huge.
Right, on the ground level up, but it's not really because they've kind of been here and they're kind of like, I think, the best kept secret that
They
doesn't
are.
need to be secret anymore.
No, it's not going to be. This
No, I
place
think with
is-
you here, I think that's done. There's no more secret.
I really love that, and it just feels like home.
It
When-
does. I will say that. I mean, I film here. We film this show here every week, and it does. It's a different feel to it. Like it feels right.
The energy, most definitely. And I hunted, and I really
You did.
looked for different places, and I went all over the map of Palm Beach County, and I even considered Martin County for where I would land. And when I visited this spot, granted it needed a lot of work
Yeah.
on the inside, but when I visited, and I just felt like this is where I belong.
What's the hardest thing about moving a business? Like the business.
Okay, they will tell you in the furniture industry, a move can be a kiss of death. It is
Really?
the hardest thing to
Did
overcome.
not know that.
It is. I did not know that until after I did it.
Okay.
I said, I think I did not need to know that. It is difficult, but I really feel that I have such a strong following.
You do.
And, Google is a beautiful thing, and with She's Online Media handling my
Right.
connections with my clients and my online presence, I really feel like we're okay. I had a client come in today, he's like, I was down at Downtown at the Gardens, I didn't know you left.
Wow.
Because he wasn't on our email list, and he goes, but the girl across the way, Melody at Blessed Boutique.
Shout out to
She
Melody.
came over and she said to me, this is where you are. And, I've been gone there since May 1, and they're still telling my clients, letting them know. I mean, there was a wonderful family community downtown.
You really did. That little niche that you were kind of in
A
with
part of.
Spice and Tea and all that.
Yeah, they were amazing. So to know that they think that enough about me to want to make sure that my clients find me is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I really love. I do miss my friends that I had there, but
You're not far. I mean, you're
They're welcome to
probably
come
10
here and hang
minutes,
out.
if that, from where you're at. Okay, so next question. Best thing about collaboration. You collaborate on a lot of stuff between this show and the radio show. What we do at the Chamber is, collaboration is exactly what we do. What's your favorite part? Because, I don't know if you guys can see. She really does have a ton of local artists here. They have a home here.
Yeah, and I collaborate with them, and we come
Right.
up with what's going to work with each vignette and so forth like that. I even had Henriette came in. She's got a big showing at Palm
Right.
Beach State College at the end of October. So she came in, she goes, I got to take some things off the walls. Do I lose my spot? I'm like, no, you won't lose your spot. So it's a wonderful family. But
It's a community.
Definitely.
That you've probably kind of helped grow a little, I think.
Thank you. But to the collaboration with my partners at the Women's Chamber and even with the Home Furnishings Association is, I'm going to back up just a second. I've often been accused of being a control freak and always have to be in charge and make all the final decisions. Which it's just a little bit. However, I really absorb and I love working with others and getting their perspective because it makes me a better version of myself. Because I learned so much from so many. You taught me, I learned about the GIF app. I didn't know what's such a thing. Little things like that. But just even, I learned more about myself and what I'm capable of, but where my weaknesses are and where I need to improve. Because I look at other members of the chamber and I see how they're really rocking certain
Right.
things. And I'm like, I like that. I see that may be something was a shortcoming for me. And instead of getting jealous about it and upset and resentful, I'm like, okay, how can I improve me to be more like that? And that sense of organizational skills and so forth.
So they help you step up a little.
Most definitely. I'm more accountable too.
So I love the saying, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to get a different room.
Yeah, no, I like being in the room with other smart people.
Right, and we definitely have that with the Chamber. We have a pretty eclectic group.
And even with the Home Furnishings Association, I serve on the board of directors with 𝑦𝒂𝒏 from Badcock and Moore, with Jose from El Dorado. He's a VP of El Dorado.
Wow.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'm able to, and I sit at the table.
So you have a seat at the table, so to speak.
Yes, and my first board meeting, I was not shy. I opened my mouth and I talked. And I gave my viewpoint, and whether I put my foot in my mouth or not was irrelevant to me. If I had an idea, I presented it. And then I also listened to what others had to say, but even afterwards, the individuals we were talking about, and people that, they run their stores do $1 million a week in
El
revenue.
Dorado, yeah, those are, yeah.
They have conversations with me, and they mentor me, and I can ask questions and not feel like an idiot. Whether they think I am or not is irrelevant. I'm never left feeling that way.
So this is a really good point. So do you feel you'd be where you are in business if you did not join, say, a chamber, or you were a part of the home furnish, and you
I would
had
not be where I
all
am.
these people, and you just said, no, I got this?
No, if I tried to do this all by myself, I would definitely fail. I know
Okay.
that. And having these individuals around me and being able to reach out and have a conversation, if I'm running across a problem within my business, that I know I'm not that special. It's not that unique to me. The things that I go through in my business happen to all the businesses, whether just a matter of different zeros. We all
Very
have
true.
downtime. We all have slow months.
I'm a realtor. I have them too. A few months out of the year. I think we all do.
Yeah, but being able to have those conversations and to really feel like, okay, I'm not alone in this.
Right.
It's not me. I'm not doing something wrong, but maybe I could do something different.
So it's important to have a crew.
Oh, definitely have a crew and belong to organizations. Get out there and get involved. And, you know, we've done things with Mary Wong when she was with the Office Depot Foundation and now with the Listen, Learn, Care Foundation and her wing woman got involved with that. But it was through having I showed up at a luncheon one day where she was there, and I realized that once I got there, Kate was like afterwards, she goes, you know, you didn't pay or register for this. I'm like, okay, but I'm here, here's my money. But from that came the wing woman being able to host the first one. But that was me being authentic, and I literally had to sit at that table, and I said, I find no joy and no purpose in my business, in my life. I need to change that.
Wow.
But I had to take ownership of that.
Yeah,
It wasn't
that's
anyone
hard to
else's
do that,
fault.
yeah.
It was just where I was in my life. And it was me asking for help.
So it's important to have the ability to ask for help. I think.
Oh, that's
I think
hard.
most people are afraid to ask for help, how it looks but you have to get to a point where you know that
You have
to
to be
grow,
okay with
you
it.
have to be able to ask for assistance in some way, right?
Oh, yeah, I have no shame. I will call you up and say, I'm having this issue, that issue, and, you know, or walk me through this, or even just to vent. But sometimes it's in that venting and that conversation with someone in the industry that I get the idea and I get the insight and I get the avenue to kind of help me navigate away from the problem and
Right.
come up to a solution.
Right.
Yeah, nothing's ever given to me. I'm given advice, and it's up to me whether or not I
Absolutely.
apply it.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, I see myself on a national stage, speaking and empowering. Contemporary living will be in some form. I just don't see myself in contemporary living every day.
Okay.
That's where I see myself and where I want to be. 5 years, that's the plan.
She
You
got
heard
a
it first
5-year
right here.
plan, people, on Women Mean Business. You heard it first.
I do. That's my goal.
Well, good. It's good to have goals. You have to work towards them. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, very unique story,
Mm-hmm.
and to go from there to there, right? What would be the biggest advice that you would give to somebody listening to this and say, "Wow, okay, I'm going through extremely difficult times. I'm afraid." Whether it's even business, personal, both. If you're an entrepreneur and a business owner, it sometimes gets intertwined.
The number one is get out of your own way. Get out of your way and get out of your own
Yes.
head.
Yes.
Because the way that we talk to ourselves is so
Hard.
horrible. And the way that we would never speak to our worst enemy
No.
that way. I strongly advise the audiobooks like Mel Robbins, The
Yes,
5-Second Rule.
we did a show on that.
That really has, even today,
Yeah.
being a painful, time for me this month, I was laying there and I was like, okay, do I really want to get up? Do I want to deal with this emotion? I was like 5, 4, 3,
Right.
2, 1, and I launched out of bed. But it's get out of your own way. Go to resources like books that will help motivate you, but ask for help.
Friends or business or
Friends or
whatever,
business,
just
go to
reach out,
SCORE.
go do something.
Contact SCORE. They have wonderful mentors. Go to your local chamber. If you're a member, go to someone there on the board or to the admin and say, hey, this is where I'm at in my business. Do you have anyone in my same industry that maybe can mentor me? Seek out the help. It's not just going to show up on your doorstep and say, oh, here you go, by the way, happy birthday. No,
Right.
you've got to ask for it.
Right, and that's really what the chamber's about. I mean, we all connect with each other on so many
Most
levels and
definitely.
help each other. And hey, I know Cynthia, you need furniture. You know what I mean? And that's where that connection really comes from. So, wow.
Okay.
Well, thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me. Are you kidding? I'm here anyway.
I finally get to interview her. She never wants me to interview her, so I got her today. So I have to thank the chamber for that.
Thank you.
one.
Thank you. It was an honor, and I'm really excited about this Women Mean Business series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're doing it every week.
Yeah.
So if you want to come by Contemporary Living, 736 Park Avenue in the
Yes.
Lake Park Arts District, where else can they find you?
Oh, you can find me on Facebook, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on my website, LinkedIn. And if you want to see what's happening on, what's going on in my world, you can find me pretty much anywhere. But the website is mycontemporaryliving.com, and I think there's a link to it in the Chamber database as well. So you can go to
Awesome.
the Chamber website and find me.
And you can find us every Friday night for your official happy hour.
Yes, that's right, on 95.9 True Oldies, number
Yes.
one with adult listeners.
So-
Let's make your life happen, the official happy hour.
We're official.
Okay.
Thank you, my friends.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
When I get to interview my close friends, it's special. So, all right, guys. So every Thursday, tune in. Right, 1 p.m. Facebook Live, Women's Chamber of Palm Beach County. See you next week.
Bye.
I thought you.
What
I
happened?
thought you had.